Hey everyone, and welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name is Melissa. Today is going to be something a little different.
I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it.
Because as you guys know, if you're watching this, I'm not home. I probably shouldn't say that, because if anyone knows where I live, they'll probably go break into my house and steal all my shit. But anyway, we're in Indiana and I needed to record something for while we were gone. So today I'm going to go through my house and talk to you guys about all the things that I've bought since moving into this house, and if we regret it or if it was a great purchase for us. So that being said, we're gonna start in the sunroom and work our way all the way to the bedroom. So let's get started. Also, I don't know why this is called a sunroom, but because even without the curtains, there was not a lot of sun. Anyway, we're gonna start in the corner here. I guess I could bring you guys a little closer. Just remember this black fridge. We bought this a long time ago, but it's gonna come up in just a moment. So, all right, so we bought this little guy here for $20 at a yard sale. And the people said that it wasn't keeping things cold. They thought it needed a new seal. Anyway, we got it home and all my husband did was tighten up the screws on the top. It works perfectly fine. It works great. So, 20 bucks for a little, it's a freezer. I guess I should mention that. It's a little stand freezer. And as you can see, we don't have much in it. And it does need to be cleaned. But yeah, it's great. 20 bucks. And it works great. So yay for that. Now we're gonna move to the other side of the room. Just kind of ignore the mess, guys, please. Please ignore the mess. I'm just talking about things also that we bought since moving to the town I live in now, not since we moved back to Florida. So there are going to be some things in the house that we bought since moving to Florida, but they're not going to get mentioned. Oh, you know what? We can flip you guys around real quick. This is my newest addition, my Crosswave. I can't tell you yet if I love it or hate it, but so far I love it. But I've only had it for maybe 2 weeks now, so it needs to be dumped still. I cleaned up some cat puke this morning. That was weird. Anyway, which is one of the reasons I bought it, is because I have a cat that likes to puke. Anyway, let's move on. All right, I know it's really hard to tell. I am going through things. Almost all of this stuff on the desk is going to my mother-in-law. She does not know it yet, but she's getting all my craft stuff just about. So anyway, you probably can't tell, but this is a desk here, and this is like a sewing / craft table. At first I really did love having it, but then, you know, I realized I never crafted, so the craft table never got used, and the desk, the monitor set way too far from me, and I couldn't bring it any closer because then it messed up like everything else that was on the desk, and then the whole back part wasn't getting used. Anyway, it was a like turn to hate, if that makes any sense. But it was free. The sewing desk / craft table and the desk were free. When we picked it up, didn't cost us a dime. So there's that. All right, let me check anything. Well, we did get this table from my husband's cousin. I still like it, but it's definitely too big for what we need. We don't have a lot of people visiting us, and I decided that we could just use the fold-out tables we have if we have company in the future. It's not ideal, but we don't have visitors enough to justify having this big table. We never used it when it was just my husband and I, so why keep it? So anyway, this is the table in question. Voila, it's just a junk collector at this point. I need to go through and definitely clean it off. It's on my list. It's on my list. Trust me, it's on my list. Last but not least, ignore the mess, because again, we're decluttering, is this bike. As you can see, it's not really getting used right now. This cost me, I think 20 bucks is what we paid for it. So it wasn't very expensive. However, the tension thing doesn't work properly, and it wasn't really helping because I couldn't get it at the right tension that I needed. So I would say no to the bike, like a negative no to the bike. So moving on to in here. All right, we're gonna start with my hutch. We got this, I think, for $40, I wanna say. And let me just tell you, when I got it, it was more yellow because the person we got it from was a smoker. I scrubbed this thing down when we first got it, and I got it to the color it is now. But yeah, I like it. The only thing I don't like is the top. You can't really see the top. I don't like this part. So we're talking about taking it off and putting just some different trim up here. But if I do that, that means I have to kind of re-stain or paint the whole thing. So right now that's on hold because I don't want to take on that big old project right now. So that 40 bucks, great deal for us, great deal. So then on the opposite side, we have these two things. These actually match our TV stand, which is surprising to us, but like it's the same brand and everything. We didn't know that. These, my husband can correct in the comments because I'm sure he'll watch this, but I'm pretty sure these were free as well. If not, they were only like 20 bucks or something like that. I honestly don't remember, but I'm pretty sure these were free as well. And I needed a pantry, and that's why we got those, was literally for a pantry. And both these things used to be filled with food, but since I cut out a lot of our processed food, which you can still see, we still have some processed food. I'm just a human being and I'm slowly getting to where I want to be in life, right? But at least you can tell we're down to one with just processed food in it. So progress, people, progress. Anyway, so this is now like my canning shelf. This is KitchenAid stuff, and this is cheese grater. This KitchenAid is going away. The bottom shelf is missing a crock pot and a rice cooker, which I need to put back on there. So, I mean, it's great. It's great for storage. I have some things on the bottom. There's going to be even more things on the bottom soon. But yeah, ignore this. I gotta clean all of the tables. All of the tables need cleaned off, okay? All of them. Every single table in this house needs cleaned off. So let's move on into the kitchen. And we're gonna start with this. So far, We haven't had this very long, maybe a couple months. So far, I like it. It's new as a baking cart. It used to just hold onto the countertop oven. Before that, it had the Ninja Creami on it. So yeah. It's a love so far. We'll just leave it at that. It's a love so far. So flipping around, I know we're doing a lot of back and forth here, and I'm sorry. My Ninja Creami. We don't use it as much as I thought we would, but I love it. Like, I absolutely do love it. It makes really good ice cream. I need to really just make some more bases, and I think that's one of the things I'm going to do when we get back is make some base for it, because you need to let it set for at least, it says recommends 24 hours, but so you need to let it set in the freezer for 24 hours before you do your thing. But this one you can make ice cream sorbet, a light ice cream, smoothie bowl, gelato, and a milkshake. So I love it. I make mainly ice cream. I made a sorbet once. It was good. But we are still learning things about it. So really we've only had ice cream. My husband has done the mix-ins thing. He says, I think he said you had to do it like twice to get it really good and mixed in. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. This little countertop, ignore the Prego, storage thing has a drawer. I use this for my knives, my scissors, my peeler, because I did not originally have a knife block. I got one for my brother, but it was for a different brand of knives than I have. I have knives that I got in college when I went to culinary school. They are Mercer knives. So they're good knives, but they're old. They're old. I really do want to replace them eventually. I know we donated my knife sharpener because my husband said it was crap, so I donated it. But yeah, this I absolutely love because it frees up a drawer with knives to this drawer with knives, and I have like three oh my god, why can't I talk? 3 steak knives left out of the 6 it came with. I lose knives left and right. This is the only knife I have. Someone bought me knives for, like, these little knives for our wedding, and it came in a set of 4. This is the only one I have left of those. But yeah, everything else, oh, the peeler, this peeler is a KitchenAid peeler, and I'm going to tell you what, I used to use the peeler that, you know, you did this way instead of like this one goes up and down, and this one I love so much better. So I don't think I will ever go back to the other ones. They just don't make them like they used to. My grandma's peeler is the best. She has the old one that barely has a handle on it, and it's like silver, it's like a stainless steel, and it hurts your hand to hold it, but man, does that peel great. They don't make them like that anymore. Anyway, I got this off of QVC. I think I paid like $20-something for it, and honestly I thought about getting another one for that side of the kitchen, and I'm still contemplating it because they still have them on QVC, so you may see another one of these in the future. So this thing, I think I bought this when we moved here. It is a pinch bowl for salt and pepper. I hate it. I wish I would have got individual pinch bowls because the pepper gets into the salt all the time, it doesn't matter how careful you are. The pepper gets into the salt area all the time, which normally I would say is fine, but when you're baking, you don't want pepper in your food. So then I end up having to go get the bag out that I normally pour in here and get salt out of that for baking purposes. So I absolutely do not like this, but I also am not just going to get rid of it, because it still does what it's intended to do. It's intended to hold your pinched salt and pepper. Now I do have these that my husband bought me. They are where you just push the button and it comes out like the automatic or electric salt and pepper shakers. I like them, but my sister-in-law has ones that I like better. So I want to get some like hers eventually, because hers you just turn upside down and it will automatically do what you want it to do. There's nothing wrong with these except for the pepper. The pepper corns get stuck, and like once it comes unstuck, you get like a big chunk of pepper. I don't really care for that. So these are a like to hate thing, if that makes any sense. You guys get my drift about my scale. I think that's it. I'm just looking. No, okay. No. Oh, actually, my dad bought me this. It's a electric can opener, and honestly, I love it because it's really hard for me to open. I have my manual, because I always keep that just in case. You never know what's going to happen, power outage, etc. So I always keep the manual one, but I hate it. It hurts my wrists. Everything about it sucks. So it's Papered Chef, so it's not horrible. It's just, it hurts my wrists. So let's see. Let's go back to this side. I bought this thing. This is designed for like oils and vials and stuff like that. Let me take a basket out. As you can see, like this one is this size hole. I don't know if you can see. This size hole is what I need, but some of them are bigger. And so I'm guessing that means that they make bigger oils. That one's leaking. I wonder if that's why they changed their design, because I was kind of, let me wash my fingers off. If you guys don't know, I do Magic Candle Company. All of these are Magic Candle Company oils. And anyway, the most recent one I got, they switched to plastic. These are plastic instead of glass. And instead of the squeeze nozzle, hold on, I gotta open it. Instead of the squeeze nozzle, they have it to where you just do drops. And so maybe that's why they switched, because those are leaking, like they were leaking pretty bad. I don't care for the plastic feeling. I wish they could maybe still do glass, but with this type of dropper, that would be great, because I hate the plastic. I just don't like plastics really at all if I can help it. So the one thing I always liked about them is that they used glass, and now that they're switching to plastic, I kind of don't like that. I feel like maybe they could have like a recycle program where you can send back your empty glass vials. Maybe they switched because there's a glass shortage. If you guys didn't know that, I heard a lot of like beer companies are switching to cans only. A lot of like like liquor companies are going to be switching to like plastic. Wine is going to be switching to box, like bagged or plastic, because there's a glass shortage. So pretty soon your liquor stores will look very different, unless they can get this glass situation figured out, but there's apparently a glass shortage. So anyway, that could be why they switched to plastic. So I guess I can't fault them for that. I just personally like the glass vials better. Anyway, moving on. My kettle. Now I don't drink tea, so I don't use this kettle for what people would normally use it for. I do heat up water for like hot chocolate, and I do half hot chocolate, and then I heat milk up, milk or cream, depending on what it is. If it's cream, I don't do half. I do like a fourth. So I'll do 3/4 water, a fourth cream. But anyway, I heat that up in the microwave, and then I mix it with my frother all together and make hot chocolate with that. But I also use this if a recipe calls for boiling water. It's just quicker than waiting for it to boil on the stove. So yeah, it's come in handy a lot. Now next, my Dash iced coffee maker. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you, I would not recommend this to anyone. I used to say I would recommend it to people. It still works. I still use it. It still makes iced coffee. But here's the thing. Let me just take this down and show you the issue. Because I got in touch with customer service, and because this broke within the first year. This fell off the countertop and hit the floor, and it broke. As you can see, I ended up having to super glue it back together because the wonderful customer service people told me that this was not a warranty replacement part, that they didn't even have replacement parts for this that I could buy. So I don't recommend at all the Dash iced coffee maker because the customer service is shit. This part is completely broken right here. I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went, whatever. So this is barely hanging on by a thread. They won't replace it. They're basically telling you you had to buy a whole new coffee maker, and I refuse. I refuse to accept that. Anything that is removable should be a replaceable part because accidents happen. Like, I almost wanted to ask her if the carafe, this thing, I almost wanted to ask if this was a replaceable part because this is such a unique shape. You're not going to be able to go to a thrift store or something and find something that works like this because the lid fits on it just perfect. So is this a replaceable part? Anyway, because of their customer service, I don't recommend them. And I will never buy another one again. I will go back, once this stops working, I'm just gonna go back to buying my iced coffee from the store. It is what it is at this point. So, moving on. We have my countertop oven / air fryer. I love it. That's all I'm gonna say is I love it. If I don't want to heat up the whole entire house by starting the big oven, I use this, especially if I'm just making like French fries and chicken strips or something like that, or frozen pizza. This holds a frozen pizza. In fact, I want to get another one of these pans because we've discovered we can put 2 frozen pizzas in there, because even though this is not technically something you can, that's not a grate. I bet you I can buy another grate. Anyway, last time I put this on there and it worked just as great. But yeah, definitely love this. This is the best thing since I just love it. I love it. I love it. I'm glad I bought it. I bought it off QVC. It was on Black Friday deal, and so I bought it, and it was great. Plus, on top of, no, that was the Creamy. The Creamy is when I signed up for the Q card and got $50 off of that. Plus, that was on today's special value. So I didn't spend that much on that either. But this, I love that. I love that. Turn it around. to our refrigerator. Those of you who have been here since like the beginning, you will have remembered that my refrigerator was the black one that was in here because the landlord's refrigerator was white. And, well, it was cream, and it was smaller than the black refrigerator you've seen out there. So we used to keep that in the garage and put drinks in that, and we had our black one. But it was getting harder for me to use the black one because I would have to bend so much to get things because it's a normal freezer on top, fridge on the bottom, fridge. But this one needs cleaned, but it's great because I mean, although I still have to bend to get stuff out of the freezer, we keep our meats in there, so it's not something I need to get in like multiple times a day. Well, unless I want ice, because we don't have like an ice thing up top. So, but we only paid $500 for this, brand new from Lowe's, and it's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, yes. Let me see if there's anything in here that I need to rave about. No. So, and I know there's nothing out in the garage. All right, let's move on. My entertainment center. Now, not only did I get this entertainment center, but this entertainment center also came with 2 end tables, a sofa table, and a coffee table, and guess the price. That's right, free. It was all free. We found it on Facebook Marketplace, this great couple. They did not, we offered, we said, please, you know, we'll pay, because it was great. And they said, no, we just want to get rid of it. So awesome, shout out to you guys. I know you don't watch this channel, but shout out to you guys for giving us this for free, because it was right when we moved down here and we had barely anything because I got rid of a lot of things before we moved down here because I didn't think they would fit. So like I had an entertainment center about the same size as this in our bedroom, but I sold it because I didn't think it would fit. Because when we toured the house, the previous owners, they had a couch here, they had their TV on just a stand. I mean, and it looked so cramped. Like, it looked so cramped. And I don't know how I have so much furniture in this room now because they had hardly anything and it felt so cramped. So I don't know if it's because the color of their furniture or what. It just wasn't great. So anyway, I love this. We're about to paint it though, so don't get mad at me. We're going to be painting it probably this summer, but yeah. Next, if you can see, my record stand. I love that thing. Now, it is more mid-century modern, but there are elements on it that kind of make it farmhouse, like the leather strap and stuff like that, the colors, yeah, you know. Anyway, so I love it. It's great. It holds almost all the records, but I am going to be getting rid of some of the records that I don't listen to just because there's no point in having things, even though they're like nostalgic. They were they were my dad's. Almost all of those were my dad's. The only ones that were not my dad's are about maybe 10 of them on the top. Everything else came from my dad, and that's not even all of his collection. I don't know what happened to the rest of his collection, but I can tell you, if you remember the old milk crates, we probably had like 20 milk crates full of records at one point in our lives. So yeah, we're missing a lot of records. So yeah. Anyway, next, let's move on to, well, you know what? While we're on this wall, these round picture frames, I love them. I found those on Amazon. I was looking for something a little different to break up all the squares and rectangles and just to bring a little bit of difference to the wall. And I absolutely love them. They're great. They are awesome. I love all my collage frames. I really do. but those are my favorites. Those are just my absolute favorite collage frames. Anyway. Oh, my back is starting to hurt, y'all. My back is starting to hurt. So let's finish this room. I'll take a break and then we'll finish. All right, next. These shelves I got off Amazon. And they're wonderful. They're very movable. Like, they work in different areas. And this is my favorite place for them, which is why I told my husband I really did not want to put the furniture back on this wall, because I really like having those shelves there. Anyway, and then we bought this lamp at IKEA. It is the perfect little night light for if I get up in the middle of the night and have to go to the kitchen. I have some light to light the way. It's awesome. Love it. Don't you dare. I don't know who he was barking at. There was literally no one out there. Anyway, my next thing is this couch. Two things. I love the couch. I hate the color. See, it looks gray. It's not supposed to be gray. It's supposed to be like a cream ivory color. But this one here likes to drool on it and lay on it, and I don't want him to not lay on it. He's part of the family, and I refuse to have furniture that my dog cannot get on. It's just the only other option of color they had in this particular couch, which I loved this couch, and I really wanted this couch because it was so comfortable, but the only other color they had was denim, and I did not want denim. Did not want denim. If you know me, no. Denim was not the color I was going for. I would rather have had like a gray or a green or something like that, but not denim. So anyway, we got cream, and either my husband's going to try to clean it, or I'm going to get Stanley Steamers or someone similar out here to professionally clean it, and then I'm going to put a cover on it. I found they're not really cover. It's more like I don't know. You can find them at Walmart for like normal recliners and chairs and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna buy those. I already bought the one for the center because it went on lightning deal, so I just have to buy the two ends. But I'm waiting for it to get clean before I put those on there. But yeah, I love this couch, but I hate the color. So there's that. Anyway, that concludes the living room, I believe. If I think of something else, I'll bring it up. But oh no, we're not done. We're not done. This thing over here. If you remember, if you're part of my OG crowd, I used to have two glass containers that I would put somewhere. Like they were either together and one was raised, or they were on separate ends, you know, whatever. Anyway, I told my husband I was tired of those. I was tired. I still have them because they were expensive, but they're like behind. I think they're in the closet or still behind the door in the office. I don't know where they are, but we found this at home and I love it. I need to get more flowers for spring because I didn't put the blue ones in there. I didn't like them. I donated them. Oh, so I need to get more, but I think it looks fine for now. But anyway, yeah. Ignore all the mess, guys. I'm still working on decluttering and cleaning and stuff like that. And just know, my house is not normally this messy on a normal basis. But during declutter times, there are no safe surfaces at all. Anyway, we're going to move on. And I'm going to take a rest first, and then we're going to move on. We're in the office now. Again, you're going to have to ignore some of the mess because like I said in the previous video, I'm keeping the stuff on the bed until I have to make it or until I can find something else to put on it to prevent Stitch from getting on it. Anyway, printer. Printer was free. We paid for one of my old desks. I'm going to see if I can find clips of things that we've gotten rid of. Anyway, the old desk, I think we paid like 20 bucks for. Anyway, the lady was asking me if I wanted a printer. I said, sure. She said she didn't know if it worked. It works great, by the way. When it dies, I am planning on replacing it. I do use it well, not as much as I used to. I used to print off recipes all the time, but I will use it again. But when I replace this printer, I'm going to replace it with a wireless printer because I don't want it here. I would like it to be behind me. And also I'm going to replace it with the ones with the refillable ink instead of having to buy the ink cartridges. Anyway, moving on. Oh, flip around. This mattress that you can barely see because it's covered with stuff, we bought it. And then I would say 3 or 4 months later, we ended up replacing it with the purple mattress. It was definitely a bad choice. Hold on. What's going on out here? Anyway, it was definitely a bad choice on our part because, well, my part. I'll take the blame for it because I tested the mattresses at the store. We bought it from American Freight Furniture or American something furniture. Anyway, I tested the ones at the store. They didn't have the one I liked in the store, but the guy said that this one was like the next generation down and that they still had this one in stock. I should have just kept to my guns and said, nah, I'll wait until you can get me the one I want in. But I didn't do it. I took this one and I hated it. It's not super bad for like a night or two, but long term, not great. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. So we got rid of it. Now, moving on is my desk. You guys have not even really seen my new setup. Let's start with the chair. I'm gonna sit down for this because my back is still hurting. I didn't rest a lot. Anyway, oh, this chair we got at Staples and it was on sale. I love it. It's a gaming chair. So yeah, the desk we got off Amazon. We thought we ordered a sit-stand desk, but when it came, we realized we ordered the wrong thing. But it's fine. It's fine because this is high enough that it doesn't bother me. The reason I wanted a sit-stand desk is because I wanted to be able to set the height, because when I'm editing, my old desk, like the keyboard was down here and I felt like I was hunched over a lot. So this one is actually at a great height, so it works out. Plus it's got this little side table that's a little lower and I keep a lot of my junk on it. I need to reorganize my desk and stuff like that. I want to get baskets for down here and crap like that. I'm thinking about moving the trash can actually. I have the trash can back here, but I wonder how big it is. So I'll keep the trash can there. That works out. But yeah, I love this. And then when we moved it in here, I bought these monitors. My husband told me I could buy them. I know I don't need his permission, but I asked him what a good price was, and he said anything under $100. These were under $100 on QVC, so I bought 2 of them. They're LG monitors, and he bought this dual monitor stand thing for me for Christmas, and now I have my dual monitor setup. I absolutely love this. My laptop's over here. I can't close it because for some reason it overheats and shuts everything down, so I just keep it open. So we are going to be working on this whole outlet setup here. My husband's going to come do some wire maintenance eventually, but he also bought me this sound bar because the speaker, like I guess there's internal speakers for this, but we don't have them hooked up, and this is just it worked fine for a while, but it just throws me off because the sound's coming from someplace not in front of me. So we bought the sound bar. I love it. It's great. But yeah, that's it for this room. Is, I believe, everything else I've previously had. So I gotta get up. Let's go to my bedroom. Okay, so ignore the clutter that's still about. We worked on this room a little this past weekend and we decluttered it. So all the clutter, like the stuff we're not keeping, is out of this room, but there's still stuff I need to put away and organize and stuff like that. So anyway, our new bedroom set, absolutely love it. We got it at I forget the name of it. I'm pretty sure it's American something too. American Furniture Warehouse, that's what it's called. So we got this at American Furniture Warehouse. Same place we got our couch, by the way. And I love it. I absolutely do love it. It was between this one and a more farmhousey white one. My husband liked this one better, so we got this one. But it came with the bed frame, one nightstand. We bought an extra nightstand. Everything comes with one nightstand. Have you realized that? Have you guys tried to buy furniture lately and it comes with one nightstand? Like, what the hell? Like, get out of there. Anyway, and then it came with the dresser. As you can see, my clothes are not piled up on it. This is actually a pillowcase that I need to put up in the thing. I found my beanie that I was looking for before Christmas and could not find it. Now, granted, I was sick before Christmas and wasn't really doing a lot of looking, but this will come in handy for my upcoming trip. My Coach purse will come in handy for my upcoming trip, which I need to untie it because I tied it for some reason. I forget why, but I need to untie it. There we go. And yeah, everything else we just need to find a place. Where did he not put the backpack on that? He did. So what's this one for? Yeah, that's definitely. Get out of there! Oh my God, come on. I swear. That's the bathroom, by the way. But yeah, okay, and then the next thing would be, I can't take the sheets off because we have them clipped on, but our purple mattresses, we went with 2 twin XLs because we have adjustable beds, and as you can see, I sleep pretty raised because I have sinus problems, and this makes it so I can breathe so much better. And my husband pretty much lays flat. His feet are more elevated than mine though, and because it's a dual, I can raise the feet too. But anyway, so the adjustment bed part came from his cousin. We absolutely love it. And then the mattress is a purple mattress. But the best decision I've ever made, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, is we both bought, my husband got one too, purple pillows. And these are not cheap. This pillow, I think, was $200. And it took me a long time to even think about it, to even think about getting this pillow because of the cost. But when I added up how many times I was replacing my pillow a year, it was like almost $120, $150. So for $50 more, I've already had this pillow for 6 months, I think, somewhere around 6 months. I love it. I love it, and I don't see it getting any worse anytime soon. So for me, if I have to buy a $200 pillow every year and a half, because I'm hoping it will last a year and a half or more, it's actually worth it to me, because I was replacing my pillows so often that I was spending a lot of money every year. And so far I've not had to replace this. I used to have to replace my pillows like every month because they would go flat so fast. Even the ones that say won't go flat, that's a lie. They go flat. They're horrible and I hate them. So this pillow I absolutely love, and yes, it's a lot of money, and I actually can justify it because of how often I was replacing my pillow. So for me, it was justifiable because so far I've yet to replace my pillow. So I don't know. You guys can still say I'm crazy. I get it. It's a lot of money and I should be ashamed of myself, right? Anyway, you're probably thinking, well, what's this pillow for? This pillow here, just to be TMI, when I get out of the shower, I like to lay in bed. And I don't want to lay on my purple pillow and get it to smell like mildewy or anything like that. So I lay on that pillow instead of my purple pillow. But yeah, this is it. This is all the stuff oh, actually I forgot one major thing since we've moved here. Let's go back out to the living room. I think, let's double check. Let me double check. Everything else. I mean, we bought the curtains, but they're curtains, right? They're curtains. I actually want to buy new curtains because these are just room darkening. These are not blackout curtains. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these are just room darkening curtains. So I want to get blackout curtains for these rooms. This room, because sometimes I need to lay in there when I have a really bad headache, and it just isn't dark enough. See, can you tell? See how much light still comes in? Really, I just need something to cover the top, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they are blackout curtains and we just need to put some top. At our old house, we had our curtains all the way up to the ceiling so that no light came in through the top, and then my husband had it so far over from the window, and then it curved, our rod curved into the wall so that there was no light coming in from the sides, because sometimes I get really bad headaches and need to lay in the dark. Anyway, we're going back out to the living room. Ouch. This is it. I forgot about the TV. We bought this TV and we paid less than $500 for it. It is a 75-inch, I believe. My husband can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a 75-inch, and we got it for less than $500, which is great. So that was the other thing. I think we got it for less than $400. He can tell me how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it was either right under $500 or right under $400. But yeah, this is the last thing that's still left in my house. I'm gonna go through clips of older videos and try to get some clips of furniture we've had in the past or things we've had in the past and got rid of, and talk about that through voiceover. So I will end the video after, after we go through all that. So yeah. Embrace the darkness. This is how I usually edit. I sit in the dark. Anyway, I tried to find clips from previous vlogs, but every single clip that I have saved on my external hard drive said it's not playable. So I don't even know why I'm saving my clips at this point. It's so frustrating. Like, why aren't they playable? Even the ones that I just recently did, that I already transferred over to the external hard drive, says it's not playable. Why? Why? Can anyone answer that question for me? So I'm not going to be able to show you anything that I previously had, but if you're an OG, you probably remember my brown desk that I didn't have for very long because I ended up getting the big desk shortly after that one. And then I used to have a brownish, grayish, like rocker recliner love seat. So if you remember that, yeah, the desk, it wasn't a love or a hate. It worked situation. But the love seat thing, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. And I should have just went with the one I really wanted, but I let my husband choose. So I told him, I kind of fibbed and I told him, yeah, it's fine, but I really didn't like it. I did not like it at all. And it wasn't that I didn't like the color or anything, because the other option was brown. And yeah, so it just wasn't comfortable. And I should have just went with my gut. I should have just went with the brown one, but it didn't rock. And my husband likes to sometimes rock. And you're probably thinking, you have a couch now that does nothing like that. But we still have my mom's recliner, which, you know, granted, it always has something in it, it seems. But we have that if anyone wants to rock or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that's the situation that's going on. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which piece of furniture or item do you like the best. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. I will see you guys next time when I get back. So bye.
I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.